You're watching What's Hot on CNBC TV 18. The Bharatiya Janata Party is going all out to woo the middle class. In its poll manifesto released today, the BJP has promised hiking the exemption limit for income tax by 3 lakh rupees or to 3 lakh rupees and scrapping the fringe benefit tax. Has the BJP gone one up on the Congress in this game of poll promises? Joining us tonight is Vinod Sharma, political editor of the Hindustan Times. Vinod, many thanks for joining us this evening. How do you read the BJP strategy by promising to scrap FBT, exemption limit on IT to be hiked? Is this a clear attempt to reach out to that salaried class?
Of course, the BJP had lost touch with the middle class, which was quite evident from the outcome of elections post 26/11 in Rajasthan and in Delhi, more notably in Delhi. And I think that this is an attempt to rebuild contact with this section of the voters that had always viewed BJP with a degree of indulgence. But I think that there is strong competition there from Prime Minister Manmohan Singh after his projection as a prime ministerial candidate in opposition to Mr. L.K. Advani.
You know, the poll battle is one thing, but this game of making promises is another. But in this, at least, has the BJP done a one-up on the Congress, you would think?
Yeah, it has done one-up on Congress because they delayed their manifesto, and there were reports that they factored in certain points after reading the Congress manifesto. For instance, they have promised to sell rice or wheat at 1 rupee lesser per kg for the BPL families, at rupees 2 per kg for 35 kg per month. Now, this is a populist scheme, and they thought that, they'll be able to do better by offering food grain cheaper to the people. They have tasted victory on this slogan in Chhattisgarh, and they want to repeat it nationally.
Any new ideas that in this manifesto that you've picked, Vinod, that suggest that the BJP is perhaps reaching out to new constituencies?
Well, of course, they have promised bicycles free of cost for, poor girl school children. That is one interesting aspect of their manifesto. Likewise, they have downplayed their raison d'etre, so to speak, Article 370, the Ram Setu, the Ram Mandir issue, Common Civil Code. Now they want to be all things to all sections of the society while remaining relevant in coalition politics. That is what every other party is doing. In fact, these elections are different from other elections in the sense that political parties are not only anxious to secure more seats for themselves, at the same time they are working towards lessening the seats of their adversaries, specific adversaries.
Well, slightly macro question, a fortnight to go before elections kick off. In your assessment, how are the three big coalitions positioned at this point in time?
Well, I think that it's difficult to hazard a guess because we haven't even had the first phase of polling, and we have really no empirical data to bank upon. But I think that this whole hype over the third front, or the pressure group, which is the fourth front, which met in Lucknow today, I think, they're overhyped. Their challenge is overhyped for the simple reason that if either of the two main political parties, whom I call the biggies, BJP and the Congress, if they're able to register or log over 150 seats in the new house, then no government shall be possible without their participation or support. And that alters the situation radically.
So therefore, are you saying that the third front could play nothing more than the role of a spoiler?
Well, I think in some states they may play the spoilers. And in some states, despite, their challenge, they may lose seats, For instance, the left parties, which are the main impulse behind the third front, are not rated very highly in Kerala and West Bengal at the current juncture. And they may return to the new house with a reduced number of seats. Now, if that happens, then one would like to ask as to what will be the center of gravity of the third front, the new third front, and which center of gravity would have more than 50 seats. I don't see anybody barring perhaps Mayawati, and she is not a very reliable center of gravity, given primarily her temperament.
Vinod Sharma, many thanks for joining us this evening.